And we're live. You know, I think I thought it was Wednesday earlier in my video. I don't know what day it is. Just kidding. I think it's Tuesday. Right? It's a Mars day. You're supposed to be taking action. What the fuck? That's not what happened today. Not for me, anyways. What's up, everybody? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman. If I don't get this fucking card off my deck. Your shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am the goddess of the moon, the dark goddess that rules over your mind and emotions, your spiritual psychoanalyst. I am the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see the journey through the dark night of the soul that I took in the last 24 hours. It was a fucking crime scene. Obviously, we are exiting the dark night of the soul. It was really funny. It's not. Get on my this fucking world. This fucking world. I just want to curl up in a fucking coffin and die, and then I still have to wake up. And every time I wake up, it's like, oh god, the fucking world is still out there. Anyways, sitting there, I don't know. Sitting there, and then I like in the darkest night of the soul, I see a fucking silhouette of Russ. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing bigger than a wake-up call than seeing that guy. In the moment, I was like, oh, let me send him a message. It's great to see you. I love this promise that you'll never leave me in the dark. I love this. I love this. This is great. But I'm not going to sit here and talk with you. Anytime I see him, it's like, oh, dude, oh, you're tripping now. You're in a bad place when you see Russ. When the only thing you can see is Russ. Oh, God, get out of here, quick. So that started to happen, right? So I started to kind of come out of it, and I opened up my Facebook and shit. What was I doing? Tending to the fire. That's all I could tell you. I was sitting there burning every bit of sage I had, bro. Tending to the fire was what I was doing all day. Really? Yeah. And I get on Facebook, and there's this funny-ass meme, and it made me laugh so hard that it fucking woke me up out of my dark night of the soul. What was it? I shared it in my community page. It was like, I have a question for people. How do broke men have sex? And then it goes down. And then it goes down. This dude or chick or they or them, I don't know. They were like, because we have sex with people, or we don't have sex with prostitutes. And I just started laughing. We just started laughing so fucking hard. I was like, yeah, we don't have sex for money. We have sex with broke people. That's not a decision maker for us before we have sex. There's something else going on here other than your pocket size. And that's an obligational contract. These dudes is paying for the pussy. And then it's like, I saw that after I saw Russ, I was like, yeah, okay, we're waking up now. Really? Yeah, and then fucking Diana's ass wants to wheel up on me. Everybody came to check on me. They really did, and I appreciated that. I wasn't available. I barely came out. And she's like, I just want to check on you. I was like, yeah, I was kind of fucked off. And then I saw an image of Russ in my dark night of the soul, and I had to wake up. She's like, yeah, he's been popping up on my Facebook. I was like, get the fuck away from me, bitch. God damn it. You're making everything worse. You're just here to instigate everything. You're such an instigator. So I just kind of sat there and wasn't really paying attention to her, because I started opening my phone and I had messages and emails and all this. I'm like, wow, life is still lifing. Apparently I have an interview with Target. But it was one of those recorded ones, and I was not ready to put on my happy face and, record my perfectly thought out responses to your very intriguing questions. Not today, dude. I'll do that tomorrow, and we'll win the job tomorrow. Really? Yeah, we'll do this. It'll land on a Thursday. We're manifesting. I told you this.
Money for my birthday?
Yeah, we needed the job for your birthday and for whatever else. And I told you it was going to be Target because it's right here, and I don't need to go nowhere to get nothing and do nothing. And that's what Morgan said. Hey, if it works out, let me know, dude. So I'll let you know for sure. Morgan sent me a message too as I was coming out of it. She's like, are you okay? She didn't hear from me all day. I was like, oh, I love you, bro. I'm okay. I was like, let me tell you about this funny fucking meme. And she's like, yeah, dude. She's like, she's like, it was a cold winter. It was my birthday. It was New Year's. I needed a Valentine's date. It didn't matter. You didn't have to buy us. We wanted to do this. This was our intention, not yours. You didn't have to pay for this. We're going to pay for this. Wine and dine the swine over there. We're out to have a good time. It don't cost Bobby nothing to have a good time with me. Oh, man. Realistically, I'm just saying. It was a funny joke because you got Russ. My love language is Apple Pay. And then there's a girl right here that I cannot stand his money, so he doesn't know how to give his love to me. Keep trying. Keep trying. What does that mean? I told you my love language. You just don't speak it, my language. Or you don't speak English. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I go back to the fact that even though he is the most irritating thing of my life, he brings me the most joy. Just like Bobby. As much happiness, he brings me the most happiness and the most pain. Oh, these devils. Alright, let's move on. I want this card out of my face. Really? Yeah, it's just sitting there taking up space. What is it about? My individuality? Hey, and then I saw this thing I posted. My memories are great, right? Not. The ones I told you, the ones Google keeps all the good ones. So I had pictures of me dressed up for Medusa, and I don't remember exactly, but it was only a couple years ago. I dressed up and I went out there to go hate on MGK. You're a hater? Yeah, I'm going to dress up to hate. Really? Yeah, I was totally part of the scene. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I was part of the scene. Really? Yeah, you could see me in the scene. But then I got myself, obviously, listening to these stories, I got myself in a lot of trouble. I was very unfiltered. I would get, I didn't have the ability to say no. I'd get myself in these really sketchy situations, doing cocaine or something. I needed a parent. I needed a parental figure growing up. Anyways, let's go to number 5. Let's talk about my individuality. And whoever the IL, I don't know Archangel IL or Angel IL, but we're going to learn about her, or them, they. We bring you the gift of individuality. As you receive our gift, you will be safe enough to, You will feel safe enough to enjoy the aspects. Side effects may include puffy eyes, where you can't see any longer because you've been crying for so long and rubbing your eyes. That's what I mean. It's like you cannot be spiritual if you can't cry. If I can't see you cry, we're never going to make a connection. If I can't make you cry, or you, we're never going to make a connection. Really? Yeah. We're talking tears. Tears of tears. Alright. From particular interest to your way of expressing yourself, to what excites you and inspires your spirit. Your individuality, I just want to stop. As I was standing in the freaking, waiting for the elevator, there's this big sign that says they're having a Halloween party, or they're having a costume contest and a Halloween party here in the building. And it had no restrictions, because usually there's these restrictions, don't come with, bloody gore, and don't do this, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm the best witch in this witchy shit. I'm going to pull out my cloak. It's right here. Realistically, yeah, I got excited about the monster dance. I mean, you got to have something to live for, right? And when I filled out my application for Target, I told them no Fridays. No, but I might have to be to work on Saturday morning. I'll be okay. I don't drink and drive. Alright, moving on. The key to your divine life purpose is to know who you are and to love and accept that self, so that you allow natural development and expression in this world to take place. Hey, bro, Lisa was a fucked up piece of shit, dude. She had a fucked up life. I gotta take care of this fucking wounded warrior for the rest of my life. And that's where I'm always like, hey, let me present my shadow self. Isn't it lovely? Isn't she lovely? Yeah, we called her Lucky. Oh, God. Anything but. I can't hide my past. That's the whole problem. So I have to integrate it and bring it in. And it has to be part of my life. Not fully, where I'm going to sit here and let me tell you my sexual abuse stories all the time. I hate when it comes up, but it's like, fuck, do we always have to talk about this? Let's talk about something else, please. It's the road to recovery, I suppose. I just saw Bob Saget. Shut up. That is funny. Moving on. Anyways, I have to deal with me. You don't. There's lots of me, and that's where I said I came to this point. I came to this reality. I don't know, about 700 towers ago. I was like, dude, I am too much for me to deal with. I am not going to expect anyone else to deal with me. If you can't just love me, then, yeah, go away. That's all I need from you. That is the only thing I need. That is the only thing that I need. Really? Yeah. That's what made me all fucked up. That's what's the whole problem here. I'm trying to love an unloved being. Re-love a person that has never been loved before from the inside out. This is just... how much love. As you accept your individuality, you will understand how natural it is for you to fulfill your life's purpose and divine destiny. Well, I mean, all I'm here to do is teach people to heal, so, I mean, all I gotta do is heal. But the problem with that is they keep making me have things to heal. I healed this, I healed that, I healed this, I healed that. And they just keep fucking finding, 39 years of trauma to throw up at my face. I'm gonna throw up. Take a fucking break already. You will intrinsically gravitate towards people, places, and energies that support you in being your bright, true spirit. Who the fuck is on a healing journey? You guys are all unhealed. Nobody's taking this journey with me. I'm on a journey from out of hell. I'm the only one that has the keys to the fucking kingdom. I'm trying to get a bunch of people to follow me. They don't want to. They want to stay in hell. Okay, go ahead. Make it lovely. Hey, bro. You guys fucking lie to me. You be trying to make your life seem so fucking wonderful. Fucking liars. You know, like Kim Kardashian. Fucking liar, bro. I never wanted to be you. Fucking all these people, I never wanted to be you. I want to be me when I grow up. I don't want to be you. That's the cool thing about you developing yourself, is you can change who you're going to be. That's why I always tell the guys, what are you going to be when you grow up? Is this the final version? Is this the end version? Is this it? Is this what you are? And what you'll be forever and all eternity? Oh, hell. I gotta go. You are a unique child of the universe with your own special path and destiny to fulfill. So yeah, Starseed. This morning I was out there just sitting there and there was a star. I don't know. I don't think it was a planet. Not this one. It was just blink, blink, blinking. I had to set up right below it and just... we were having a blinking contest. It was blinking at me and I wasn't blinking. Really? Yeah. Joe, who is the fucking school navigator who travels all the way from... he either comes from Colorado Springs or he comes from Longmont. One of them come from somewhere and I don't know where they came from. But he gets here real early and just sits in there for like ever. And he watched me not blink at the stars. They just be watching me, bro. I can't help it. What am I supposed to do? Go find somewhere in the bushes? Then I really look like a crackhead. I sit in the fucking broad daylight on the fucking closest stoop and just under the tree praising God. I don't give a fuck, bro. And that's it. It's like, you might see me under there dancing. You might have just seen me under there crying my eyes out. It's just what I do. I gotta find a place to go. There's not really many places to go in the concrete jungle. But that's what we do. So going back to the Starseed thing, I'm getting a lot of, ever since we started obviously working with Metatron, and before that, we brought in all these people from the alien force that believes in aliens and stuff, and then I started learning about the fucking star system, and now connecting with them, and I'm really avoiding connecting with other beings outside of the Palladians, but every time I hear Starseed, I'm getting connected with these, the stars. And then actually, if you go back to it, you know what I mean? It's ancient times, because the stars that are connecting with me, if that's Andromeda, then that's back in time. The bitch, it was my head, and that's exactly what I showed, was I was dressed up as Medusa. You know what I mean? So the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Cups, was Andromeda. And if I'm sitting there, looking at the star circulation of Andromeda, and literally reliving my life of that time in Greek, then it makes sense, right? Right. Well, let's go to the planetarium on that one. Or maybe not, because I'm showing you how these planets are affecting us, but now we're learning about the star systems. And the star systems, we're attached to it because we're star seeds. We are a child of the universe. Our time, our history is out there. We have some of it here, but this changes. Really? Yeah. It's an interesting thing. Just going back to it, it's like, yeah, you're a child of God, but what does that mean to you? Does that mean you're a human of God? And when they say, you know, God created the universe, so you're a child of the universe. You understand that, right? Biblical times, he created the universe first, then, with all of that making, he created earth, and he put the whole universe into the earth. And from that earth, from that dirt and that dust, he created myself and Adam. We are starseeds. Starseed. There are many ways to live your life in service to love, light, power, and there are stars. See what I mean? Holy guacamole! And was it? It was flickering blue. Where? I can only show you. I mean, you could sit down and I could show you where I was. And again, it wasn't in the middle of the night because there would have been too many. It's first thing in the morning where they're the brightest stars. Right before the sun, you know what I mean, comes across. And that's where it is right now. How'd you come out of it? The sun started to set. As soon as the sun sets, God goes away. Goddess comes back to life. Let's see. Go back to that. There are many ways to live your life in service to love, light, and power, as there are stars in the sky. Even more. What matters more than whether another understands your lifestyle and your choices is whether the choices you make, reflect your own personal values. This is difficult because I talked about it earlier, is like so many people are watching you and so much expectation and you have to perform. It's a big performance for everybody else. All eyes on me. That fucking, you know what I mean, being the star, you know what I mean, the apple of their eyes and being, you know what I mean, the center of a fucking tension means that you can't do no harm. And that's what the celebrities teach us. But you are a celebrity in your own little community. People look to you as if you're perfect, or if you're not that person, then you're looking at somebody else in that form. Really? Really? So you have to be careful with this. It's like, you know, do whatever you're going to do, but make sure that whatever you do reflects your, you know, your own personal values, and you're not just doing it to please somebody else. I told you, all I care about is being obedient to God. I don't care if I'm pleasing to you. The first task you have on your path of discovering and honoring your individuality is to ask yourself. Let me start here. The card is individuality. We started the new lunar moon cycle in Aries, right? Which is individuality and self, identity. So we're still in this, with a lot of other planetary movement making you reflect on your life. Okay? You'll simply be moved according to the if you take time to question and reflect upon what really means something to you, you'll simply be moved according to the values of others imposed upon you. Those values might not mean anything to you at the deeper level. Yet you may feel afraid to step outside of what others say is true or safe. Without pausing, I'm getting downloads. I'm getting interruptions. Okay, hold on. Without pausing to reflect on your own personal values, you will miss an opportunity to get to know who you are and what you stand for, to discover your individuality. When you do not know who you are, you will not be able to love and appreciate your divine beauty, nor understand what drives you, and be able to commit unconditionally to your life's purpose and divine destiny. Without unconditional commitment, you'll give up when things get difficult, even when you are strong enough to keep going. You'll place restrictions upon how the universe can conspire to create your destiny in the best possible way by doubting when the timing or circumstances don't match your expectations, right? So I'm just going to keep reading. You'll not know what matters to you, and so you will more easily become overwhelmed by distraction. And in that overwhelm, confusion and self-doubt will undermine your progress. So your second task will be to use the courage within your heart to set priorities that match your inner values and act upon them. It takes courage to live as your true self in all ways, to make choices that honor what you value more than what you might have been taught to fear. I explained this all weekend, and that's the awakening. Your heart is calling you to do things that you're like, no, 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 can't do that. We don't do that. That's a no-no. That's a never. That's a no-no. No, we make fun of people that do that type shit. Shit like that. It's the breaking of your ego. It's going to ask you to do things, not illegal things, not things that put you in harm, but things that you've always wanted to do, but you fear. I'm seeing Red Rocks. My dream was to perform at Red Rocks. I would never go to a concert there. I would drive people from there. I praise there. I walk the mountains there. But I'm not going to go and sit there as a fan to somebody else's bullshit. My dream was one day I'm going to perform up there. That's the only time I will go up there to that Coliseum is for myself. And in the middle of this morning, one morning, it was a snowy morning, I'm so not dressed for it, dude. I'm serious. I have a tendency in the morning to just have my pajamas on and then because it's cold, you put, sweats over my pajamas and then grab the boots and grab the jacket and just chill with a hat and some gloves and then scarf. I'm not fashion showing, bro. I'm not showing nobody nothing. I'm trying to stay warm while I have a fucking cigarette or something. I don't go out there to be seen. I'm trying everything not to be seen. Well, on this day, I'm guided to go down in there, dude. And I get down in there and I'm supposed to sing. This is not how I saw this happening. This is not what I want to do. This is not it. This is not it. This is it. And that's just kind of what it is like you want it to look and be a certain way. But it really wasn't about selling out the house. I just wanted to have that experience to perform on that stage like all the greats did. That's it. And so I didn't have to have it like everybody else did. I just had to do it my way. And it was just a push out of nowhere one day to just do it. And I was shaking. I made a video of it. I'm shaking the whole time. But I did it. And then it was done. And it's like, okay, well, now I've done it. I can do that again. I've stood in front of people. Have you ever done stand-up comedy? I've done this. I've done this. I can do this. I can do it. I can do it. I've done it. Really? Sort of. Pretty much. Once you do it, it's like, my first performance, I did it. And they liked it. And they always remembered me later. I would see those fucking people at other shows and they'd be like, you're the girl. The rip your head off girl. Yeah, that's me. Really? Yeah, I did that. I did all that stuff, dude. All that shit. I made a fucking music video twice in the middle of fucking Saturday night downtown Denver with all the fucking people and shit. I do it. I just do it. I'm just like, just do it. It's my heart. It tells me to do things. Like what? Like ask this guy out on Halloween night right before I got on live. Hey, do you want to meet me on Halloween night? It's a New Year's. I need a date. Are you serious? Yeah, just do it and just keep on. You are absolutely allowed to do this, right? It is your birthright to choose the values you feel most authentic, truthful, inspiring, and exciting to you, right? Whatever excites your spirit, inspires your mind, moves your heart, and awakens your body is the key to discovering who you are and why you are here. The only people that will have any power to judge you, control you, or hold you back from your destiny are those whom you empower to do so. I'm getting a deja vu. I'm a little fucked off. We read about this yesterday. Giving your power away. Something about it. I can't look. There's something there. We said something yesterday. Go back to yesterday. I can't. At any moment, you can make a choice to liberate yourself from a fearful influence by deciding you shall love yourself, no matter what, and commit unconditionally to what has meaning for you. When you love yourself enough to open and forthright about who you are without needing to convince anyone of anything, but just being willing to be yourself and share that with the world in your own particular way, your path to the divine success materializes at your feet. What does that mean? When you're always trying to hide yourself and dim yourself and protect yourself and not be yourself, you know what I mean? You're not walking in your true purpose with your true people and your true path. You know what I mean? You're trying to fit in with a particular type of lifestyle that isn't really you. It wasn't even meant for you. You fit in as long as you can. And that's where it is like you're a Mowgli. These aren't your people. You will wake up one day and realize that. You'll realize you're so very different from them. And what is it? The way you think? That's what sets us apart, is our brain waves. The only thing that sets me apart from these people in this building is the way I think. That's it. The only thing that sets me apart from you guys is the way I think. I have an ability to access higher levels of consciousness, higher perspectives, higher vibrational waves. Literally frequencies. And that's what happens. When you wake up, you enter a higher frequency of thinking, of being. And it's activated by your heart. Really? And so you sit there and you go through these low vibrational ways of thinking, reprogramming it until you just keep activating it to higher levels of thinking, which is more joyful ways of being, by just disciplining the negativity in your life, which is basically stemming from you. That's all. But it's not. I can tell you, I can write this down on a book. We start a college class on this. We start the whole Dark Night of the Soul. Welcome to the Dark Night of the Soul. I am your professor, whatever. And I write this down. And these are what we're going to learn throughout this whole semester. It looks very fucking simple. I can write it down in a fucking bullet point and we can put it on a t-shirt. It looks very simple in text. But it's so integral because you're dealing with the mind and it's out of control. You've never tried to control the mind. A perfect example for any of you that sit in like church or like have to focus in an auditorium around people. How hard is it for you to focus on what the fucking person, there's one person talking in that room. How hard is it for you to focus on that person and to keep up with their conversation without all the distractions of the room and your mind? The room might not move at all. You could be the only person in the room talking to this person. And it happens to you all the time. Were you listening? No, I got distracted. That's what I mean. Trying to discipline this motherfucker to stay focused is whoosh, that's the journey. They call it the Philosopher's Stone when you get to where I am. Really? Where you've put together all of the elements and combined it into a matter called the Philosopher's Stone. Where all matter has come together to make matter. To make it all matter. And it's the philosopher would be what? A philosophy, a way of life. You have now accessed the highest level of your light being, your way of life. You walk in a way of life that only the ancients did. It's called initiations throughout the spiritual world. How does it happen? Shit like yesterday. Taking some of the lowest vibrational experiences, patterns, ways of thinking, and emotions that are built up in you, and going through them and sorting through them. That's the magnum opus process. The 12 gates is starting with fire. This shit's about to burn down. Then it comes the emotion where you start, it's some kind of tower, and then the emotions start flooding it through, and then you got to start working through your mind. Then you have to have the separation period. It's using it, and it's like, it's the thoughts. and you use this in an everyday way. So I look at the outside the way I deal with my inside. I take this all apart by little pieces, and I put it together to make it, you know what I mean, to make this picture fit in a positive way, not a negative. So that's why in a moment of chaos, I can take all this apart and come together with a positive plan of action, because that's what I'm trying to do. It's almost an investigative mind, where it's like that's how my mind is programmed, is to take this apart into small pieces, sort out what's not necessary, what's not useful, what's no longer serving us, and put it back together into a whole. What do we do that? With every thought. To be like me, and it says in my book, you have to practice this daily. To be like me, you have to do it with every thought. It started with a very idling mind, but slowly we slowed it down. It was one thought after another for months and months and months and months. Then it would slow down. But then I'm getting into these situations where it triggers the mind to start going. Oh shit, here goes the mind now. And it's one thought at a time. One thought at a time. I can't work through too many. I've got to break this thought down before I can take on. And what it is this thought led to that thought, led to this thought, and now I'm jumping off the edge of the bridge. Go back to where this all started. What were you thinking when you got so overly, emotional? And that's really what it happens, is your thought patterns and your emotional reaction happens way too fast. You're stuck there after something has happened, and you can either act like it didn't happen, like the fight or flight, go crazy about what just happened, or shut down. What happens? Well, there's all of that. Because you do get angry about what just happened. I'm fucking furious. You're pissing me off. You're making me feel this way and this, that, and the other. So you got that. Then you got the sadness. Then you got the fucking, I just want to run away from this. It's not one or the other. There's layers to this awful shit. Realistically, yes. Yes. And that's just it. It's like, going back to the basics of like, oh, if I do this, they're going to kill me. Let's break that thought down, please. Because it's because of this thought that you won't do this. You really want to do this, but your mind, your childlike mind is telling you someone's going to kill you if you do it. Let's break down what that means to your childlike mind, shall we? First off, are they going to kill you? No. What are possible reactions? And this is where you work through your thoughts. What will they do if I do this? Right? So then you start working through their terrorist acts towards you of retaliation. Now, the longer that list gets, I want you to look at this. This is your consequence for freedom, for making a decision. If I do this, all these things, they might do all these things to me. Now you have a bigger problem than what you want to do. You have to realize that this person is going to persecute you in all these ways if you're to step out of line. Is it a problem? You have a bigger problem, because now you can change it. What if I did this? Would they do all of this too? Now, ask your mind, is this true? Will they really leave you? Will they really do, Will they really cut up your clothes? Will they really tell your parents? Will they really call the police? Will they really do these things? Or this is just your mind thinking that this is the consequence? Is this person going to do this to you? Or you believe people will do this? And that's where it is your mind will blanket people as an umbrella. No, people, and that's where you catch yourself. No, this is what people always do to me. People do, but I'm not doing it. And that's where you catch yourself when you use terms like always, people, always, or that's what they, them, those. You're categorizing. You're putting them in a group of people. When you hear yourself say something like that, realize you're about to put them in a pile. I do it over here. I can catch it when I say you're being like Russ. Now I'm categorizing you. You're in a category now, and now I'm not fighting an individual, I'm fighting a group. Really? Yeah. I spend a lot of time doing this, and I don't just do it with me. When you say something to me, I'm breaking down your words, because your words are first off, they're not the truth. It's what your mind is leaking out carefully. You want to tell me something, but your mind is trying to find the best way to carefully leak out little clues of what you're hinting towards. Really? Yeah, because you're not taught to be forward and straightforward and abrupt and loud like me. Unless you're that guy. Hey, you want to have sex? Wow, that was very straightforward. No. You think about the conversation I had with him before he offered that. I was giving him relationship advice. I said I was a priestess. I need a nun suit. It's very misleading though, because you hear the shadow part of me that's really wants to be sexually active and wants to be part of this world and has memories of, performance and all of that, but then there's all this other shit. I'm like, oh shit. There's all this other, fears and stuff like that. Memories and shit like that. So anyways, going back to it, your fear of persecution of the people around you needs to be worked out. Because first off, these people shouldn't have that much power over your decisions. It shouldn't be that big of a deal for you to make a decision to whatever it might be. I don't know. I'm going to go out for the week. I'm going to go out tonight. Right there. Yeah, it's impulsive and it's going to spark fears. What's the retaliation for this? Well, how will they behave if you chose to go out for the night? Without me? Well, what are you going to do? That's a lot of paranoia right there. And that's where you need to sit down before you even go out and say, why are you questioning me? Now, if you're going out with bad intentions and you're acting like a whole liar in their face, then you might need to change your wording. Why are you going out? Because I need some attention and some affection that I'm not getting at home. And then just close the door. And then hope to God the house isn't burnt down. You stand on truth, bro. I don't know how else to say this. There's no nice way to say the truth. There's no nice way to say the truth. I try my hardest to figure out how can I say this where it's not going to hurt you, because it needs to be said. And it doesn't matter. No matter what I say, bro. No matter what I say, you're not going to like this. And I have to sit there just because I had to be brave enough to say the truth. Now I have to sit there in fear of what you're going to say back to me. Not the fear of me, not the whole fear of what I had to say to you that I just had to overcome. Now I got to sit here and wait to see what you're going to say back to me in retaliation. It's always in retaliation, bro. They retaliate. And that's that conditional love, bro. That's that conditional love. It's like there's no freedoms. You can't make your own decisions without taking into consideration them. And if you don't, it's offensive. How dare you not think about me? How dare me think about me? It's really harsh. It's a harsh place to be. And it's like, it's not, it can be, if you become negative about it, if you come in the wrong energy, you're coming off as self-centered and selfish. When you're coming from a heart space and you're trying to be heard out, you're coming out in self-love, self-healing, self-preservation. I need some time. I need to do some things for myself. I need to take care of myself, right? But if you're like, you know what I mean? It depends. It's all about, you try your best. But if this, no matter how you say it, they're gonna flip, then they're gonna flip. You can't be doing this, dude. You can't be treading on it. Which is what? Your life. You can't do this. There should be acceptance, trust, understanding, space. Every time I need to go to run to the woods, do I need to tell you I'm running to the woods? Are you going to wonder why I'm always in the woods? Are you going to be mad are you going to be pissed off that I didn't invite you to the woods? Are you going to think I'm in the woods cheating on you with someone? That's a good example. But, you know, as these people are leaving the home and they're running out, and they're running out to, you know, satisfy something. It's like, you know, first off, why are you running? Second, and most of all, dude, it's like when we're getting to this, it's the people that stand in your way from being you. So, you know, break that down. When you go to make your own decision and you have to take everyone into consideration, what would they do if you did what you wanted instead of what is right? That's where you need to get to. What would you do? What would they do if you did what you wanted instead of what was right? And what is right? What they want or what you want? Why are their wants more important than what your wants are? How did that happen, that you gave them all that power over your life? I saw something. I don't want to talk about this. Oh, please don't make me say this. All Bobby wants is to raise his boys. And all his boys want is time with their father. It doesn't have to look any way to anybody. They don't care. The kids don't care where they are as long as they're with him. But he has to, you know what I mean, account for everybody else's, you know what I mean, when that comes to it. I don't want to speak on that, but it's that simplistic. It's like, what about what you want? And what about what the kids want? Now, why is everybody else's wants in this situation? All you want is time with your kids. All your kids want is time with you. Why do you have to accommodate everybody else for this when that's all you want? I'm just saying, get to it. Anyways, it may not look like any path you've seen another person take. That doesn't matter at all. In fact, the more unusual your path appears to be, the more it seems to suit you, and perhaps no one else. The more the universe is telling you that this is the way, your way. Yeah. And that's really it. Is like my life doesn't look like anybody else's life, and it's never going to. And I'm not abandoning my dream to freaking, you know what I mean, to live in a trailer in the woods. I'm never abandoning that dream. I have to accommodate my children until I can, you know what I mean, until I can live out that dream. But that's my dream, and nobody's taking that away from me. And it doesn't mean shit to you. And I know you guys look at it like, you know, I'll never live in a trailer, and poor Marshall grew up in a trailer, and, you know, I'll never be that person. Fine. You'll never feel the joy that I feel when I'm out there. And all I need is a couple little extra things, and that's what the trailer's for. I never want to leave outside, but I need a place to sleep. I need some shelter sometimes. I need to be able to feed. I need a place to wash. That's it. That's all that fucking trailer means to me. If I was old school and could fucking take a TP and do all that shit, then you'd never fucking see me again. Realistically. And that's it. I just need the bare necessities to be a bear out in the fucking woods. That's what I want. You guys want to be, you know what I mean? You want to be seen on a Friday night. And you guys do what you want. But don't be mad about what I want. Lots of people always make jokes. Oh, could you live in a cabin in the middle of the woods with no internet for $1 million? I could do it for free. Tell me where to go. I'll do it for free right now. Tell me, where is this cabin, bro? I'll abandon all life. You'll never see me again. I'll figure out how to fucking... I don't give a fuck. I will fucking live out there for the rest of this human life. For real? Yes. Me and the animals and the stars in the sky. I'll fucking hunt and do all that shit, bro. This fucking life, swear to God, bro. And that's just it. That's my way. Don't tell me to live your way. You live your way. You don't seem to be happy doing it your way, so go fuck off. You feel as though you are a pioneer discovering new ground. not really. I'm trying to do it the old way because that is the best way. You feel it. You feel you are making it up as you go, and this is how you know that you are living it. That you are living is uniquely your living is your uniquely and your uniquely life's journey. It's really it. It's like I am making it up as I go. I don't have a plan. I'm exploring it. I'm exploring the options as I get, and there's unlimited options of, oh, you want to live this life, you want to work this job, you want to be this girl, you want to be that girl, you want to be this, you want to be that. I want to be any of that. I just want to be me. I mean, yeah, I go out there and I try it on. Oh, well, go try this on. No, it's not a good fit for me. This isn't fit for me. I fit me. No one else can script it for you. It is a beautiful creation of your own making, an expression of your own unique relationship with the universe. That's why I like that guy so much. I was kind of sad that I found him so late. What was he? The Outdoor Boys? Is that what he was? Nobody's here. He was on YouTube. He was some man in Alaska. It's like, dude, he's my soulmate, bro. I could learn from you. I just want to spend like a fucking season with you just learning everything. The sad part is I wouldn't remember it all. Somebody write this down while we watch him do this shit. This is amazing. Really? Yeah. You could just go out there and just be out there with a fucking backpack for like a fucking in the middle of nowhere. He is never afraid, bro. He was never afraid of what was the weather or what was out there. He knew how to survive. It was fucking amazing. I really like that guy. Your path and your purpose is as individual, and that could be daddy issues as I said that. It's like, dude, I really honor the male figure and his abilities to do all this stuff. I want to be that guy. Your path, your purpose is as individual as you are. That's why I sit there watching I love that, watching them work. Like my dad was, he's a master mechanic. So then when, Morgan goes and starts digging in my car like that, I just sit and learn. I don't like sitting under the sun. I get a little tired. I have to move around a lot, but I like learning. It takes a lot, but I like learning how everything works and stuff. I really enjoyed that. Really? Yeah, she knows stuff that only men know. That's cool. I think it's unique. So dive deeply into you, dear shining one. Ask yourself what you love, what matters to you, what are you willing to never ever give up on? My dream. I'm not a bad mother, even when I go to have my next children, bro. I'm not a bad mother that lives in the woods. It doesn't make me a bad mother. They won't need school till they're 5. Why can't we just live adventurous in the woods? Why can't my children live differently? People live like that in different countries. It's just that we're supposed to live by a certain American standard. Shut up, bro. Standard is really low around here. It's your time to discover more of your passionate purpose and divine beauty. To integrate this guidance, you may like to say the invocation below. Alright, I'm going to invocate this for all, instead of a singular form, which I might stumble because they're always in I's and me's and my. I'm going to say us and we and why. Just kidding. Alright, I call upon the crystal angel of Labradorite, an angel Aiel, who loves me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing gift of individuality. We choose to discover and love our authentic self. We choose to reflect upon what has meaning for us. We choose to commit unconditionally to fulfillment of our values, so we may live the truth of our beings as divinely created in the world. May the authenticity of our being, our life, our purpose, serve divine love always. Through our own free will, so be it. Let's see, I'm going to charge this up with what? The solar plexus. That's funny. Well, I couldn't have done that yesterday, being all weak. That's where it is like I had to stand, I had to get my sun sign back. On page 44, 4 is the angels. That's why they're in the 4s. They're direct messages from the angels. Multiples is like the universe is speaking to you directly. All right, I'm going to take this this symbol right here, this is what magic happens, and if you don't believe, it won't happen for you. I'm going to place my energy into it. I have the ability to do so, but do you have the ability to receive it? That's what I mean. Magic is belief. So give me a second here. What do? I see my energy going into the card, and I put the card in front of you so you can have that energy. I share my energy with you. Do you have a fucking cleansed solar plexus where you're proud to be you? Okay then, shut up. I don't even know who you are. Okay. I choose of my own free will, through this and any lifetime, through all layers of my entire being, to release any fear, shame, judgment, guilt, ridicule, or suffering I have ever experienced about being an individual, about being different, about expressing who I truly am. I choose to forgive and free myself unconditionally from all such experiences now. I am free to be. I love myself, and I'm dedicated to discovering, loving, and living my own unique path. In this way, I serve the divine plan of love unfolding in the universe. May all beings know such unconditional love and unsustainable dignity and respect. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. Now, these are actually used. You're supposed to place them there for the healing purpose, because if you don't have the stone, you can connect with the power of the stone through the card. And that's how you connect with Jesus, through an image. You know what I mean? So if you were here in the healing center, I would put this card if I didn't have the stone. It's the same as Reiki. But it's all based on belief. If you just see this as a card and you don't see this in the power of the stone behind the message, and that's Jesus, the Bible has no power if you don't believe that shit. It was nothing but words. So if I tell to you that the power of my individuality that I hold every day for myself, as the world persecutes me, as I make my own decisions and find my own way, I've given that power and I've put it in here. If you focus your little mind on receiving that power, then you will feel empowered. Starting underneath your ribs, you will start to feel lighter there. You will feel more confident if you're willing to accept that I'm giving this confidence to you. I'm giving it to you not to go out there and be a cocky bastard and think you're better than people, but to go out there and be who you really are, even though people don't think that that's appropriate. Who you really are isn't very appropriate to this world, because you are a child of the universe, and you've been forced and molded into what they call as an adult world. It's full of fucking bullshit. When you start freeing your inner child and being free in your spirit, they're not going to like it too much, and they're going to talk a lot of shit. I want you to feel confident, to be happy and joyful as you walk around and people are judging and questioning and persecuting you. I have to do this every day, and I've put that power into that stone, and I want you to have it. That's what it means to share my power. Otherwise, I just keep my bad bitch to myself. I got plenty of bad bitch to go. Focus on that. I'm going to pray for you. May divine love overcome fear of individuality, so each individual can awaken to their beauty and use it to serve the greater good. May divine will flow freely through every being, according to the loving intelligence of higher creative design. May all beings be happy and free, according to divine grace. Now, your affirmation to tell yourself, what is that? It's a confirmation. It's an affirmation, but it's confirmation because you don't know this. You say this out loud to yourself throughout tonight. It says at least 3 times, but anytime you can think to repeat this to your mind. You have to tell your mind new things. We're trying to fill your mind with new things. Get rid of the old ways it thought and fill it with new things. So tell yourself this. I am unique, authentic, radiant being, living my true values with commitment and divine support. I honor who I am, and the universe honors me. This might not be true to you right now. You set this in your subconscious, and when your heart activates to do something, your mind will say this. I'm unique, I'm authentic, radiant being. And that's where it is. You repeat these affirmations to yourself in your weakest hours when you need to be this. You become the words. Right? And that's what it is you've become the words of what other people have put on. You're going to become spiritual through spiritual teachings. We're going to make you become something better than what you are by putting in something better than what has been put into you, which is nothing but love. Confirmations to everything that you're going through, whether it be dark or light, and confirmations that we're on the right path and this is exactly how it's supposed to be. 4 fundamental food groups, people. You are loved by a higher source that you are not fully connected with right now, which is in the entirety of the entire universe, past, present, and future. The past loved you before you were ever born. Our ancestors prayed for us. I hope our grandchildren's grandchildren's grandchildren's. I hope this will feed them. I hope they'll be here. I hope they'll remember me. I hope for them. People that never even knew you had prayed for you long before you got here. When we're gone, they'll pray for us. I hope they can see us. I hope they're happy. I hope that, they're proud. The whole universe is here with you. Past, present, and future, bro. We all are taking these little steps in this game. It looks like a game, but it's, it's really just a spiritual warfare. We have to stop walking in the herds and start being who we are so we can really enjoy this experience. We're not enjoying it the way that they tell us if we do this, we'll enjoy the experience. We'll be happy. But then we work so hard to do what they said, and we're not happy. I'm having a whole Fight Club moment here. That's where Brad Pitt was like, they said. Here we are. They lied. They told us what they were taught. Forgive them. It's a lot of forgiveness as we go through this change. But the change happens with us individually. We change the world. As we change our behaviors and the way we live life, we reflect it to other people and they change their behaviors and the way they live life. And we change the way of life, just in our own lives. Everybody that sees and hears me is influenced to make different changes, to try to adapt to a new way of life. Maybe not my way, but it inspires them into a different way. And that's what we're trying. The way that we're living is no good. Who is it good for? Who's benefiting off of this way of life? Who's really happy? I know a lot of you are rich bitches, but you're not happy. We're searching for happiness, not wealth. They told us that happiness was in wealth. But I show you all my wealthy, unhappy fucking celebrities. And we can find much more. We can find them everywhere. They spent their whole lives to get here and now they're unhappy. And they have to maintain this level of unhappiness for the world. Because this is what they wanted. This isn't what I wanted. I'm out of here. I don't want to be rich and famous no more. I want to be happy. Just want to show you, bro. And that's where it is my happiness isn't going to look the same as yours. You might not be happy in the woods with me. You might be happy on a fucking beach. But you're not going to be happy in a club. You're not going to be happy, you know what I mean? That moment of accepting an award, you know what I mean? Whether it be an Oscar or a Pulitzer or a fucking Grammy, it lasts that long. When you leave that stage, that happiness, you can't hold on to it for much longer. Are you happy? I bet you're so happy. The happy is the surprise that you got it. And after you're surprised you got it, it's done. Because you never thought you could have it. And now you have it, and it's done. You can't take that thing home. That stupid prize, that stupid trophy, does not signify how hard you worked. You gave up your life for this fucking thing. And people look at it like, you know what I mean? It makes you happy. I did all of this for this. They put all of your life's work on a little, you know what I mean? On a little trophy, a little plaque. And if you don't get one, apparently your life doesn't mean anything. You're not special if you don't have a plaque. Bro, I'm about to fucking put my name on a whole fucking or on a whole fucking gravestone. That shit is written in stone. Fuck your plaques. Nobody's gonna keep that, but nobody's taking my stone, my fucking gravestone. That shit is not going nowhere. Realistically, yeah. But that's what it is. It's like I did all of this for what? A marriage, a divorce license. That's all I have left. I have my mom's fucking death decree, or I have her, her death certificate, my divorce certificate, some birth certificates, some social security numbers. You know what I mean? That's it. A bank account, a bank statement. This is what my life means to people. This is what it is. My little name that I sign on these papers, this is all my life means. Nah, bro. I'm not the name on that birth certificate. That fucking card doesn't mean that I'm a fucking patriotic American. You know what I mean? My mom meant more than this fucking death. I went through so much more than anybody will ever know just to have this little certificate of freedom called my divorce decree. In essence, she's like, I've got a lot of trophies of failure over here. Realistically, it's like, oh God, it all added up to this. This is what I worked so hard for, was this. You realize it's nothing. You worked for happiness and it wasn't real. It was a trinket. Lewis has so many trophies of first place fucking trophies. He's got so many. He's had so many. I think it was like, fuck. How many? I think it's like something crazy. I used to know the number. My numbers are all fucked up. But I think it's like something like 295 or some shit. He has been in the first place so many fucking times. Or so many podiums. So many times he's been celebrated. But yeah, it's never enough. He just wants another one. He has 7 world championships. But that's not enough. He wants another one. He'll be happy when he has 8. He's not happy with 7. He's not happy with, 300 wins and 500 podiums and 7,000 fucking races. He gots to get that 8th time, and he's going to give up the last bit of his years for that last trophy. But who the fuck is going to put up all these trophies when he's gone? That's all it meant? He was nothing but plastic on the wall? A picture. Kobe's nothing but a Hall of Fame jersey in fucking LA. That's all Kobe is a jersey. That's all Pac was a song. Hell no. That's all you guys saw. They put their whole life out there to wear a jersey and put out a song. I was like you. Sort of. I kept trying to find myself in everything. That's why I laugh at you guys. I'm like, oh fuck. Especially the Aries. I'm like, oh fuck. I was like you. I'd do anything. I'd try on any life. Until I stopped trying to put on life and I just lived. And then I found out who I truly was. When I stopped trying to do everything right. I found out what was right for me. Really? Yeah. And that's what I said. This would be so much easier if I didn't have other people judging me and trying to push me to do what they think is right. It's like, you want to take over? You want to steer my life? You want to raise my children? You can see a bright future? Where does that lead? Me in a house with a guy and a job and a car? That's everybody else's life. You want everybody else's security. You want their life. You want their whatever you want. You know what I know that keeps me going? Is there's somebody out there that wants what I want. There's somebody out there that's brave like I'm brave. There's somebody out there just like me. I don't know when I'm going to find them or when they're going to find me. But we're going to be a happy family. I won't have to change me for him. And he won't either, because we'll just be like each other. We'll fit perfectly together. I don't have to find someone to accept me, that wants to change me, that wants to stop me or control me. I want someone just like me, that understands me and what it's like to be me. That is just being me, with me. I don't need to convince a man to go, let's go fucking run away in the woods. I don't need to talk down his fears of why we shouldn't, couldn't, or what might happen. Something's wrong with this to begin with, where I have to invite a man, and I have to be the man. I used to think, going back to the twin flames, that anyone could be that man. I couldn't understand, and I kept trying to conform to be, keep what I wanted to be, but be what they wanted to be, and there was no way. I can't be what you want. That's what I realized. That was the hard part. That was the real hard truth. I am never going to be what you want, no matter what I do. I can only be me, and you don't want me for what I am, and I have to accept that and stop faking. Stop trying to be what you like and just be what I am, even if you don't like it. You could say that about the twin flames, but it becomes a way of life where it's like I know people don't like what I say and what I do and how I act and what I dress and wear, everything about me. That's okay. I like me. I like me enough for the people that don't like me. And that's all that matters, is as long as I'm the one that lives in here. I have to like me. You don't. And I have to spend my days liking me, not trying to be likable to other people. And the only reason you don't like me is because I don't do what other people do. I say the things that nobody says. I do the things that nobody does. But I'm supposed to. And just like you, I'm fighting the urge to do such things because I was programmed just like you. So, that was what makes me the pioneer in this bullshit. You are unique. All of us are. You're authentic. You're a radiant being. You just gotta let us see it. It's like, I can remember crying at Jonica, yelling at her, stop trying to be other bitches, just be you, bro. That's the same thing I told fucking Russ. Stop trying to be other dudes, just be you. I loved you so much when you were just you. You tried to become somebody else, and I don't even know where the guy I fell in love with is. You tried to become this guy or that guy. You tried to do all these things, and I don't even know who you are anymore. I don't even know who the guy is that I loved before. Really? Yeah. Who are you? You switch up all the time. You go from one thing to, seriously. I mean, people say that about me as my perception changes, but I just grow. I don't dress up and, I don't do all that. But I had, and I guess that's why it frustrates me looking at you. And I've always said that. It's like you try so hard to fit in, and I did too. But we weren't meant to fit in. We're meant to stand out, show them something new. Really? 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 Hey, I feel really wore out, and I need to eat something. I feel like I'm going to pass out real quick. I love you guys. Maybe we'll catch another video, but we definitely got this one across. We got that point across. Hey, catch you later. Love yous. Bye.